What's up, everybody? My name is Robert, and I am back with another video. So, in this video, I'm going to be telling you guys about one of my favorite jobs I've ever had. So, this job was 5 years ago, which it does not feel like 5 years. It goes by like that, so fast. So, I worked for an educational program, and I'm not going to say the name of the I'm not going to say the actual name of the program I worked for. I'm not going to say the name of where I worked, and I'm not going to say the name of anybody that I talk about in the story for obvious reasons. So let's get into it. So I worked for an educational program for a year and if you know me, you know what the program is, you know where I worked and all that. But if you don't, you'll still get the story, just not the actual names of certain things. Um, Excuse me. All right. So, so this job was 5 years ago. I worked there from 2015 to 2016. And it was an educational program. And basically, what you did was you worked in a classroom alongside the main teacher in the classroom and worked in that classroom every day with the students, basically being kind of like a teacher's assistant, working as a mentor, and all that stuff. So um, basically, I did this right after college. So how I got into it was after college, I had no idea what the hell I was going to do. I had no idea because I didn't even really understand what my college degree was really meant for. I know that sounds so stupid, but it's true. I didn't really know what I was going to do. So my career counselor, I guess you could say, she basically threw the pamphlet at me and said, "Here, let's apply for this." So I did. It was in Orlando. I went to college in a city called Leesburg, Florida, and this was in Orlando, Florida. And I know I just said I'm not going to say where I worked. I meant the name of the school that I worked at. I'm not going to say that. So it was in Orlando, and honestly, I thought that it was going to be, something that was touch and go, like just not. I just didn't think it was going to happen. And I did honestly kind of lose hope in it, and I started looking at other things and applying for other jobs and whatnot. But then I had more hope when they called me and asked me because something was different on my application. I think, I'm not sure. I don't remember exactly what it was, but they asked me if I still was interested, and that's when I was like, okay, maybe it could happen. Because I feel like if they didn't want me, then they wouldn't have asked if I still was interested, I guess. I don't know, maybe that doesn't make sense, but I guess. But yeah, so I thought, okay, all right, I still have a shot. All right, let's see. So, then, what was next? So then I had an interview on a Friday, I believe it was. Yeah, I believe it was a Friday. And then I found out, I believe, that Monday that I got it. I was very excited. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Like, I knew, but I didn't know. It was still all kind of a blur. So I got the job, and I was really excited. And then there was a whole Facebook page to help you find roommates and whatnot. So that's where I ended up finding my 3 roommates. It was an interesting situation because it was 4 people living in a 3-bedroom, but that's a whole nother story. So so I got my roommates, and we got along pretty quickly. And it was an interesting living situation, ups and downs, and all that stuff. But then now I'm gonna cut to, because all the other stuff is kind of fluff. But they had a meeting, not a meeting, but a like a get to know everybody basically. And so yeah, so we got to know everybody and mingling and all that good stuff. And then comes the most exciting day, which is the day that um, you basically, I don't remember the exact ordering of everything, but I remember one day they had um, everybody that worked at every school. So the the um, the leader at the school, the team leader they call it at the school, and so every team leader gave a kind of like a speed dating of their school that they worked at. So I remember I was set on the elementary school. That's where I wanted to work. I was like, this is it. I'm doing it. I'm going there. That's it. So, anyway, so yeah, so you do the speed around and see everybody's what's the word? Everybody's like description and presentation of the school that they work at. And I was like, I am not working at a high school. I was like, no. Those high school kids would eat me up. Yes, I was a grown man, but I'm a very small man. So I was like, hell no. So then I don't remember again. I also don't remember the like the timeline of everything. Like I said, like I don't remember how long after we did the speed rounds, I guess, to when we actually like wrote down what schools we wanted to work at. But there was that day, which was very exciting, and I remember, so I preferenced all of my schools that I wanted to work at, like from first to last, and so then comes the most exciting day, finding out what school you were going to be at. So I don't remember the order of how they did it, but I remember it was my turn, and I was like, all right, here we go. Let's go. Let's do it. This is it. I'm about to get picked in the school I want to. So, no. Nope. I was not at the elementary school. And there was only one elementary school. And it was not for me. So I was put in a middle school. Now, I was upset and I was disappointed. I mean, I still obviously was still gonna take part in the job, and I was still really excited. But I was, because it's not easy to get into this kind of a program. So I was excited. It was gonna take me a little minute to get over it. So I came to terms with it, and I was excited, and I got along like pretty quickly. Got to know everybody that I was working at, and like I said, I'm a very open person, so for me it was easy to introduce myself and get to know everybody else, and it was very exciting. It was an exciting time and nerve-wracking time, but it was great. And that's what I love, is that we did a lot of team building activities. We did a lot of getting to know you activities. Excuse me again. So cut to our first day at the school. Now that was the most exciting day. So the first week that we were at the school, I believe it was the first week. Might be getting the dates wrong, but again, this was 5 years ago. But cut to the first week of the school, um, we worked in every classroom, and we got to know the teacher in the classroom. We got to know the students in the classrooms, um, and that was really really exciting because I loved working with kids, and that's what I wanted to do. So it was very very exciting. Um, and I remember I had my positives and negatives for each. My negatives, I probably should have not gone so hard off of my negatives because let's save that. But basically, I got the positives and the negatives of how I felt about each teacher, each classroom, everything. Um, and these kids have no filter. They ask you whatever the hell they want to ask you. They ask you how much you're getting paid. They ask you, do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you do this? X, Y, Z. They ask you anything they want to ask you. They do not care. They do not have a filter. Nope. So then comes another exciting time. It's all exciting, but everyone is exciting for different reasons. So after you saw every teacher, you just like the schools, you rank the teachers from first to last. And I remember I begged to work with this specific teacher. I begged, begged, and begged to work with this specific teacher. Now we found out, and I placed in my mind, I was like, okay, I had to think which certain subject I wanted to work with. And I was like, I suck at math. I cannot do math. So math is out. So I put those at the bottom. Even if the teachers were great, which one of them was, I felt like one of the math teachers would kick my ass, which I would need. So there was that. And then I thought the eighth graders, they're basically high schoolers, so I don't know if I can handle that. Even though, yes, they're kids, but some of these kids are ruthless. So I was like, eighth grade at the bottom. So then I was, it was between sixth and seventh grade, but I feel like I was like seventh graders. The way I look at it is sixth graders are getting to know everything. They're still babies. Eighth graders are ready to get the fuck out of there. And the seventh graders are in the middle. They're stuck in the middle. Because they're not new, but they're not out of there yet. So, they're angsty. So I was like, I don't know if I want that. So I put the seventh graders in the middle, and then the sixth grade classes at the top. And I put I put the teacher that I wanted to work with so badly first. And a lot of people were telling me, think it through, don't, don't pick it so fast. So I did not listen. So I picked this teacher, and so we find out which teachers we're going to be working with, and I ended up getting placed in her classroom. So I was really excited. To, meet the students, because I met them when I was in their class. But I honestly don't even remember observing her classroom. Like, I know I did, but I don't remember that day. Like, I didn't remember the students necessarily from that day. So I was really excited, got in the classroom, got settled, everything, talked to the teacher. So long story short, 'cause, I'm not gonna say every single moment in that classroom, but it was just a lot. It was a lot. Like I said, these kids are ruthless. They have no filter. Kids are throwing things. There was a student who would uh, throw the computer mouse, throw keyboards across the room, throw chairs. Kids fist fighting, everything. It was crazy. But it definitely opened my eyes to a lot. Um, but I did love every second of it. As crazy as it could have been, I did love every second of it because you definitely, um, you know, you heard a lot that really opened your eyes, and you have a lot of kids open up to you. You have a lot of students, looking up to you, telling, it's like the most amazing thing is to hear a kid say thank you because teaching is a thankless job. I wasn't the teacher, but teaching is a thankless job. And so, when a kid does say thank you, like it's the best feeling. And kids have their favorites and, they like to push your buttons and whatnot, but it was, you know, it was a lot. But I was excited going into work every single day. Um, now, so basically, everybody was in their classrooms, and you worked with the students in three different areas, and you worked with certain specific students on different things. And I remember I had one specific student who was, I felt like he was definitely, he was that one student. Like when he was on it, the class ran so smoothly. But when he controlled the classroom, to be honest, when he was on it, it was great. When he was off, the class was like a zoo. It was bad. Um, like I said, he was throwing things. He never hit anybody, but he would throw things. Like he would. It was a lot. Um, and he would like to test your boundaries. So that's where my eyes started to open a little bit, and I just felt like, um, I guess it started to open my eyes because I felt like the um, like my way of working with the students and the teacher's way of working with the students were similar, but not. And like I said, it opened my eyes, and it was a lot. Like I said, there was a student who would eat paper. There was a student who would argue with every single thing you say. Students refused to do the work. But with all of that, like I said, it was still an amazing job because you did have the students that were thankful for everything you helped them with. You had the students that were excited to do their work. I worked with the kids on reading. And so, when the kids were excited to read, when they brought you something to want to read, it was great. And, there was a lot of rewards. You don't want to bribe kids, but there was a lot of incentives for them that got them excited to do their work. Because, to be honest, as a kid, yes, incentives do help you. I don't think it's necessarily that, they're not, um, it's not genuine. But, I mean, at 12 years old, if an incentive is going to help you work, then an incentive is going to help you work. But, excuse me again, sorry. But I do remember I tried everything I could to get out of that classroom, to be honest. So I worked with the students in some of their other classes, and I asked my boss if there's any way to switch, and it was a lot, just because I didn't feel like I could give my full potential in that classroom, not because of the students, but I just felt like I don't know, I felt like the kids controlled the class. So I felt like because I'm a little bit more passive, I needed to work with the teacher who was more assertive, and I didn't have that. And she was a very nice lady. She was great, but like I said, it was a lot. Um, but it was, but it was like I said, it was an amazing job. I know I did give some negatives, but it was real. Kids keep it real. But it was still so much fun. Like I said, I loved going to work every single day. Um, I still have many friends from that job that I'm still friends with today, which is amazing. Lifelong friends. And so that job was, like I said, that job was for a year. And it really did become like a family. It really did. Even the people that you didn't talk to that much, you still knew who they were. You still saw them a lot. And it really was like a true family. And even though I'm not friends with everybody today, I definitely would honestly reach out to most of them. Um, and that is actually the job that if you watch my previous coming out story, I will link that after this video. Um, but yeah, so that's the job that I announced that I'm gay. So it was full of ups and downs, and that's actually where is it? That's actually where this tattoo comes from. Um, so yeah, so that job honestly changed my life, and it was the best year of my life, and I would not change any of it, and I would do it over and over and over and over again because I had so much fun. It was a lot of hard work, but all of that hard work was worth it. So I hope you guys enjoyed my story, and I hope, even though I wasn't able to say a lot of specifics, or even if I am allowed to say the specific name of the program and where I worked and all that, I felt like it's better if I don't, but still, I hope y'all enjoyed that story and got some laughs. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tune in for my next video. Keep growing with me because I want to keep growing with you. So I'll see y'all in my next video, and peace.